that they don't know about me is the fact that, I'm just a person. I'm just like anybody else. Many people, when they see preachers in the pulpit, they think that there are something great or that there's something to admire, or think that they are people that have never had any problems or never sinned in their lives. I'm 60 years old now, and I can tell you getting to 60 years old is a pretty amazing thing for me, because I never thought that I would reach 30 years old. My life was one that started out with a family who believed in God and prayed for myself and prayed for my siblings. However, I was one of those ones that were kind of the outlaw in the family, to wherein I always wanted to do my own thing. One of the major turning points in my life that I think is important for people to hear is I've always been kind of a rebel, so that means I was always riding motorcycle and hanging around people who were into different type of things. But there was a time in my life when I really didn't care about human life at all. I remember leaving on a motorcycle trip to Ohio, and I stopped in Ohio, and then I went up to Detroit, and I came back from Detroit, and I visited a motorcycle club called the Devil's Disciples. This club was actually housed in a old funeral home, and within the funeral home they had these trusses along the ceiling where they used to have chains that wrap around, and ropes that hung down, where they would take the caskets and they would move them along by these ropes. Well, it happened to be a Sunday afternoon that I was there, and there was a guy by the name of Moses, very scary individual, had almost like deep red eyes, and they had caught a guy. I won't go into all the details of what they did, but they caught a guy, and they told him that if he didn't tell on a partner of his for something that he had done, that they were going to kill him. And of course, the guy didn't want to tell. And I literally watched and sat there while they brought a rope, threw it over the hangers of these rafters inside of this place, and they threw it around his neck, and they put him up on a chair. And when they put him up on the chair, this guy's crying, he's going through all these emotional things, and I'm standing there and I'm watching all of this, and meanwhile I'm really not having any concern about his life, or not even thinking about the fact that then maybe, just maybe, they might just kill this guy. That wasn't even the thought of my mind. And this guy Moses kicked the chair out from under the guy. And when he kicked the chair out from under the guy, I'm standing, I'm watching this guy dangle and starting to go into a shake. And while I'm watching this, I'm not having any emotions or any feelings about life. Somebody had the fortitude or the knowledge to just run over and grab the guy, hold him up, take the rope off his neck, and then they're going to sit there and tell the guy, we're going to let you go, but don't tell anybody. Of course, the first thing the guy did was, when he left, he went out and ran to the police department to tell them. Now, here's the turning point for me. I walk out of this club, and I'm on my way to get onto my motorcycle, and I see this really, really large police officer, and I shake my head, police officer, because to this day I'm not sure whether it was a police officer or whether it was an angel. And he looks at me and he says, what are you doing here? And I said, hey man, listen, I'm from New Jersey, I don't know anything about anything. I pointed to the tags on my motorcycle, and I said, and I'm leaving. And he let me go. My life didn't change immediately after that, but I can tell you that I began to think about the possibility of that I was getting ready to go to jail for life for being involved in a situation that would have been considered attempted murder. And I thought about my family and how they prayed for me, and how my mother prayed for me, and how the saints of God prayed for me. And those things began to turn over and over in my mind. And there's many, many other stories that I could talk about. Like I said, my life didn't change immediately, but it absolutely started down the road to let me know that there is a God. He is concerned about us, and no matter how far left we can go. We can, through his help, turn around and go right. Ergo, here it is, 60 years old, past 30 years that I thought that I wouldn't make, and now I'm pastoring the church, sharing my life and my experiences with other people to let them know that Christ loves us and he's there to help us no matter what we're dealing with or going through. Thank you. God bless. I'm glad you were able to hear my testimony.